Welcome, bookies! Hello! I'm back again with another video. This is my TBR for August. July's almost up, and time to plan for the next month, which I have already done. Because like I've said before, I've got my life together, totally, 100%. Don't worry about that fire behind me. Anyway, so here we are. We're going to talk about books I'm going to read in August for sure. Of course, I said that in July. And then there's a book from July's TBR that will be in this TBR, but there's a reason for it, not because I'm lazy and didn't want to read it. Okay, just make sure that's very clear. I've got a few books here to talk about, so let's go ahead and get right into it. But in case, welcome or welcome back. My name's Kendra. This is Readworthy, and if you like me, you should subscribe because I like it. All right, moving on. Talking about books. Let's go. On Goodreads, I am part of a thing where you it's like a pick a word kind of thing for the month or something, like a buzzathon. Buzzathon word. So each month is different, and this month it is object in the title. So like for mine, it's box, bird box, by Josh Malerman. And I've already read a book from him, House on the Bottom of the Lake, I think is the name of the whole title. There's a house, there's a lake, the house is on the bottom of it. So anyway, I liked that one, and I've already watched I hate when they do this to books. I've already watched the TV show on Netflix, but I still want to read the book, because like everyone says, the book is better. So we'll see. Test that out. Anyway, and so this is about it's like a monster book, in case you don't know what the book is about. The book is about like a monster that you can't look and see it. If you do, then you pretty much kill yourself, or you want to die, or what have you, okay? Like everyone's like wrapping their eyes and making sure they can't see, and so they're pretty much walking blind. The survivors are, and it's about this one woman, and she has two kids. Like there's two timelines, and so that's all I got for you. I mean, I know what the TV show is all about, and I don't know how close the book goes to that, but we'll find out real soon now, won't we? But anyway, the prompt is an object, so like box or door or a chest, objects. All right, so after that, I was talking about how one book from July's TBR is going to be in this TBR, and there's a good reason for that. So I told you I was going to read Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hiller, and I didn't read it this month coming up. You're going to get a little wrap up, and when you get that, this ain't going to be in there. And the reason why is because I found out very recently, after I made the TBR video and already published it, one of the booktubers that I watch, I'm part of the book club. So each month there's a new book to read together kind of a thing, So she chose Things We Do in the Dark. So I was like, oh, well, I want to read with them. I don't like reading ahead of time, like way ahead of time, and then just like reading. I like to be in the moment with people who are reading the book together. And so I was like, well, I'm going to hold off on this 1 month, just 1 month. So that's what I did. So I'm going to read that this month. So I've already said this in July's TBR, but I don't know too much about this book other than, like I said before, I've only read the first sentence, and it says, when Paris is arrested in her own bathroom covered in blood, holding a straight razor, her celebrity husband dead in the bathtub behind her, she knows she will be charged with murder. I only read that one sentence. That's it. And now that there's actually a book club pick, that makes it even better. So here we go. I'm definitely going to be reading it in August. Hope you guys weren't too disappointed that I didn't read it in July. So the next one that I'm part of a lot of book clubs, let me tell you. I enjoy being able to talk about the same book and having the same experience as everyone else at the same time. That's fun stuff, man. Especially the way that people do it, like when you're able to discuss it as you're reading along instead of meeting once a month and talking about the book after you've already read it. I enjoy the talking about it as you read along, like giving your thoughts as you go. So Anyway, I'm part of another one, a different booktuber altogether, and they voted and they chose Amara and the Knight Brothers. So this is a middle grade, BB Alston. Her brother went missing, and a lot of people presume that he's dead, and she doesn't believe he's dead. And then it goes into like a whole like secret society kind of situation and magic. And apparently there's even like, it says here that there's like, she has a hard time grasping the fact that there are magicians and fairies, aliens, and other supernatural, and all being real. That sounds awesome. And I enjoy a good middle grade, so here we are. So we're going to read this one. And it's very, very pretty. I love the cover. It's gorgeous. Blue's my favorite color too, so you can't go wrong. Not really. And so another book club that I'm part of has announced their book for August, and it's called What Moves the Dead. I'm going to scrib auto this book. I don't actually own it. It's by T. Kingfisher. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that, but I do. I don't know if it's the T and the K or what's happening there. I don't know anything about this book at all. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. And the only reason I'm reading it is because it's the book club pick. I know that it has to do with horror. I know that much. And it has to do with, I know that it has to do a lot. It has like references to Edgar Allan Poe. Told you, it's hard for me to pronounce things. It has to do with Edgar Allan Poe. It's one of his books. I can't remember if it has to do with the Still Beating Heart or the Raven. You know, and I love both of those. I think the Beating Heart one is more my favorite than the Raven, but they're both great. So whichever book it goes off of, I'm fine with either. I really like both of them. I'm kind of glad. Like I said, the cover of this is ugly. Ugly. I wouldn't want to own this book, even if it is good. It's just so ugly. There's another book that's coming out, the sequel to Ninth House. I forgot the name that they gave it, but it's all white and it has a dead rabbit, or it looks like a dead rabbit on the front of it. That's ugly too. I don't want dead animals on my book. Who would want that? Even if it is a horror book, come up with something else, please. I don't know. So anyway, I'm glad that I'm listening to this book and I don't have to like carry around that ugliness, because God, is it bad. Ugh. I just had to put that out there because it is. It's ugly. And one more little project that I'm doing. I can't decide if I'm going to do another reading vlog. I had fun doing the Summerween one. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do a reading vlog or if I'm just going to check in after each book/movie. I'm doing a little project this month. So my little project to do with Stephen King, I'm going to read 3 books and then watch those movies after I read the book. The only one, I have 3 books picked out already, obviously. And the only one that I've actually read and watched was back in my... It's been a while. Okay, I'm not giving out my age because, you know, I'm a lady. I've read this book long time ago when I was in high school. It's been a long time since I've read it again, and so it's gonna be like I'm reading it for the first time and watching it for the first time because I haven't seen the movie since then either. But it's Stephen King, Pet Sematary. This actually was, it might still be, my favorite Stephen King. Like I really, the book itself, I love the book. And it was actually back in the day when I watched this movie, the original. I don't know what, I think in the 80s, maybe the 90s, the early 90s. I think the 80s. That movie, because I know it's been remade since. There is a scene in the movie that I actually, when I used to watch it back then, I actually had to leave the room to not watch it because it gave me nightmares. So, and this book, the first time I read it, I was sitting on a boat reading it in broad daylight. And I had to put it away because it was creeping me the crap out. So I was just like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm going to enjoy the weather. And so that I just remember those experiences. I had to pick it again. I want to do a reread, especially since it's been many years. And I don't remember too much of either or. the movie or the book. So I'm going to do Pet Sematary. And then the other two I have not, don't get on to me. Don't freak out on me. I have not read or watched the movie of either. So the first one, I'm going to go with Stephen King, Misery. And so all these are pretty old Stephen King. Like I said before, I really enjoy his older work than his newer work. His newer work tends to be too long and too much, even, although it was way long. Anyway, Stephen King, Misery. I'm going to read this one and watch the movie. And I've heard that this could be a really good contender in the aspect of which one's better, the movie or the book. So we'll see. So there's that one. And then the Stephen King Firestarter. So I know that this one came out with a remake. I'm not going to watch the remake. I'm going to watch the Drew Barrymore version. I might watch both if I enjoy Drew Barrymore's version. I know that this came out with a remake, and the girl's real cute and all, but Drew Barrymore, man, with that cute little face, it's going to be kind of hard to compete with, I think. So anyway, I'm going to read this, and maybe I'll watch both movies, but I'm definitely watching the Drew Barrymore version of the movie. So there's that. So this is about a kid who apparently can start fires, and the government obviously wants her. Why wouldn't they, right? And then this one is about an author who gets in a car wreck, and then one of his fans like helps him and like tries to take care of him, but she's like obsessed with him and the fact he wrote, like, I think he's either wrote a series or a certain book, and she didn't like the way it ended, and so she wants him to rewrite it. So she also captures him. So that's what those are about. And then this Stephen King Pet Sematary is about a family who move into a new house, and there is a pet cemetery really, really close by, and it just happens to be when you bury something there, it comes back. But it doesn't come back the same. And I'm really excited about doing that. Like I said, I can't decide if I want to do a reading vlog or if I just want to kind of like sort of do a reading. Like, I think what I'm going to do is it's going to be kind of a reading vlog. So like I'll read Pet Sematary and then watch the movie and then report back. And then I'll read Misery, watch the movie and report back. And then I'll do Firestarter, read, watch, report back. And then it'll be all together in one video. So that's a reading vlog, right? Like, I'm just not going to like come report to you how I feel about it halfway through. I'm not going to do that. But I will report after each book. All right, so there's all my books that I know for a fact I will be reading this month. Like I've said before, I'm obviously going to add more to it, but these are ones that I plan and have like commitments to. So I hope that maybe you can join in with me on some of these and we can discuss in the comments below. Or if you've read any of these, which ones, like, you know, obviously, like I said, for the whole month, I've got all 3 of these that, you know, which one should I start with first? I really kind of want to start with Things We Do in the Dark, just because I was anticipating reading this month and I held off on that. So now I'm like more eager to get to, but you know, who knows. So anyway, if you've read any of the books or if you've watched any of the Stephen King movies, you know, or the Firestar one, for instance, if you watch the new adaptation of Firestarter and you know that I would enjoy it, or you think that I would, and I should add that to the Drew Barrymore one, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. And maybe I will do both. Who knows? So anyway, thank you for coming to visit me, and I'll see you later. Bye.